morning, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Thank y'all so much for tapping back in to see what I have to say. I promise y'all, it truly does mean the world to me. But with that being said, let's hop into it. We're talking about Quant Network, okay? And the other ISO tokens. We're talking about XLM and XRP and XDC and IOTA and Casper and whoever else is a part of that ISO token list, that list of tokens that are aligning themselves with regulatory compliance and standards, okay? Follow me on this because America is making strides really fast. Everybody was like, America's behind, other parts of the world is really, moving forward with this whole distributed ledger technology sector, and America is basically demonizing it. Well, not anymore. I'm gonna have some very powerful people in this video talking about the deployment and the execution of the American distributed ledger technology sector. Okay, you guys, follow me on this. This is major. This truly is the snowball starting to roll down the hill of mass adoption of this sector globally, because we already know America has a global stage. America, it's just like this. If you're famous in America, you're famous globally. But there's other places that have huge stars, but they're only stars within their country. Follow what I'm saying. And when America is going to take this stance, this whole shift into this distributed ledger technology sector and the acceptance of blockchain and digital currencies and stable coins, understand what is truly going to happen globally because of it, because we're trying to keep our world reserve currency status. Okay? Follow me on this because I'm always going somewhere. And if you are holding on to these gems, these ISO tokens, your Quant and your hedera and your XRP and your XLM and your XDCs, these companies, these distributed ledger technology companies that are facilitating infrastructure for the digital sector to actually thrive, okay? This first video is coming from my boy, Rodney E. Hood. He is literally the comptroller of currency of America. And it sounds exactly like it is. He is the comptroller, which means that he is a part of the regime that literally gives the banks the rules and guidelines that they can follow so that they can be in step and in order with regulatory compliance. Okay? Follow me because I want you to hear what he's saying. Remember, he's saying things like I'm saying in my videos, distributed ledger technologies. Understand, this is a sector, you guys. Understand what is truly being carved out and understand that we, as in people that's watching this video right now with me, we are ahead of the institutions. We are ahead of the commercial banks. We are ahead of the central banks. We are ahead of the governments. We have a front row seat to truly see the floodgates open and trillions of dollars flow through this sector from multiple different parts of the economy, whether that's investing, whether that's banking, whether that's businesses, whether that's payroll services, and so much more. Understand what's happening right now. But here we go. That first video coming from my boy, AllinCrypto. Bro, you rock. Here we go. That first video.
Comptroller of Currency heads the Office of the Comptroller of Currency, OCC, a bureau within the US Department of the Treasury. The OCC charters, regulates, and supervises all national banks and federal savings associations. As of the 10th of February 2025, Rodney E. Hood serves as the acting comptroller of currency. Let's listen to what he had to say just the other day. And what he's essentially saying is we're now green-lighting all banks and financial institutions within the US to use and utilize crypto.
Because I want there to be a seamless experience. I think one of the questions you're asking about what some of the questions are, many of the credit unions still want to know, do they have our imprimatur at NCUA to embrace fintech technology? Do they have our imprimatur to embrace blockchain, distributed ledger technology, and even engaging in digital assets? And the answer to that is a resounding yes. They have our imprimatur. We've not had to give a rulemaking because our statutes, our legislation and regulations, they currently now allow them to engage in those activities. But as they will will with any activity, do it prudently and pragmatically. Are you going through the appropriate due diligence? We as an agency, we were one of the few agencies that really did tell our regulated entities that you are more than welcome when it came to digital assets and blockchain. We gave them supervisory guidance telling them, look at it. We're looking at, are you doing the appropriate vetting, the vendor due diligence? Are you looking at a lot of the other things that you would do if you were really embarking upon any other relationship? And I know our peer regulators have taken a different stance where they're saying, well, we're not going to tell you can do it. You need to ask us for permission right. and we will give you a letter saying we're not denying it. But that type of regulatory uncertainty and regulatory vacuum is what we're trying to prevent at the agency. So I think many of our regulated entities will say that we've been very forthright, been very forward, and I'm very proud that all three board members are so in unison and wanting to embrace the technology. I mean, I really had really great joy when I was able to get all of their support in creating the new office and moving forward with some of the other ideas with the new FinTech director position. So I think the one thing that I hope comes loudly and clearly from our conversation today is that we do not want to stand in your way, provided you're going through the appropriate due diligence as you would with any third-party vendor, as you would engage with any partnership. I think you need to measure the complexity, measure the risk as you would with any activity.
Now, you guys just heard the comptroller of currency. You just heard how bullish he is on this sector and how he's urging the banks and giving the clarity of the banks to use this technology. Understand what is literally being laid out right in front of us. Now, couple what he just said with the overturning of SOB 121, which now gives the banks the ability to now custody crypto. Okay, now he's giving the banks the ability to start operating in the realm of crypto. All of these doors are opening up for these banks to start onboarding their distributed ledger technology processes into their everyday integrations and systems. Understand what is truly happening in front of us, okay? But this next video, it is my boy, Scott Bassett, who is literally the Treasury Secretary of the United States Treasury. Let's see what he has to say about stable coins and the utilization of stable coins and keeping America's reserve currency status using distributed ledger technology. Follow me on this. This next video is coming from my boy, AllinCrypto again, bro. I promise you. Thank you for doing what you do. Here we go, y'all. That next video.
Pair of Scott Bassett, who of course is the Treasury Secretary, saying they are going to use and utilize stablecoins to enable America's dollar dominance globally.
A lot of thought into the stablecoin regime, and as President Trump has directed, we are going to keep the U.S. the dominant reserve currency in the world, and we will use stable coins to do that.
Okay, y'all just heard directly from the Treasury Secretary mouth himself. Okay, you guys, tap in to this channel. Tap into what I'm saying, because we are so close to truly starting to see utility in motion by some of these players and tapping into the first levels of mass adoption that's going to really be rolled out over these next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. We have things like the video I did just yesterday about Christine Lagarde talking about the digital euro. Okay, come on, you guys, tap in. This is happening simultaneously on all of these different continents, and nobody tapping in and paying attention, but we are, and we're going to greatly, in my eyes, benefit from it in the future, okay? But this next video is coming from CNBC, the news. They have a crypto segment every single day. It's called Crypto World, okay? This little clip is talking about the American legislation of stable coins, you guys. Think about what legislation means. It's just like when I talked about when the Federal Reserve got put into place. They got put into place. That was the Federal Reserve Act that went through Congress that became a law. Now understand that we are now doing that same thing about stable coins and distributed ledger technologies. They are codifying law, which means that we now will have rules of the road. So you have certain players doing certain things that are already in alignment with the rules, already in alignment with the regulators, already have developed relationships and partnerships globally with these entities. Understand what this means for some of the projects that we hold in the ISO sector, okay? Follow me on this. But here we go. That clip from Crypto World from CNBC. And I'll be right back.
Okay, a quick update on one of the stablecoin bills we're watching in Washington. Senator Bill Hagerty announced yesterday that he's reintroducing the Guiding and Establishing National Innovation for U.S. Stablecoins, or GENIUS Act. Hagerty said the bill had been updated with the help of Republican Senators Tim Scott and Cynthia Lummis, along with Democrat Senators Kirsten Gillibrand and Angela Alsobrooks. Senator Gillibrand said the updated bill includes improvements to consumer protections, authorizations for stablecoin issuers, risk mitigation, and more, while Senator Lummis said the bill would let issuers choose between state and national charters. The industry and lawmakers have been hopeful the GENIUS Act could be one of the first major pieces of crypto regulation to pass Congress. Hagerty's announcement of the updated bill said the Senate Banking Committee will take a vote on the legislation on Thursday.
Now, you just saw all the names, both Democrat and Republican, attached to that bill. That means it is a bipartisan coalition pushing this forward to Trump's desk. And when we had that crypto and AI summit like last Friday that everybody's so up in arms about, but that was just the introduction. We didn't see what actually happened behind the scenes. But I won't even go into that. But what I will say is this: they're looking within the next 6 months. They're looking for first 6 months of his presidency to have legislation not only passed through to his desk and for it to be signed into law, you guys. Follow what I'm saying, okay? And in that last video, he talked about Tim Scott, Senator Tim Scott. Now, from a few videos back, I put a video of Tim Scott talking at that crypto press conference, okay? I'm just gonna refresh y'all memory about what was said during that press conference so you can truly see and understand that they are also laying a roadmap out for us. And if you're paying attention to the breadcrumbs that are being left to grandmama's house, when we get to that candy house like Hansel and Gretel, man, my God, it's gonna be like a new day. But until that day happens, here we go. That next video, my boy, Senator Tim Scott.
Yeah. So I established this year a digital asset subcommittee so that we could take a deep dive into market structure as well as stable coins. Good news is stable coins led by Bill Hagerty on the Senate side out already today. We've seen Cynthia Lummis as a co-sponsor. Market structure is a place where you have left and right leaning in. We have members from Gillibrand and Lummis working together in the past, now working together in the future, coming to the table to create the framework for the Senate so that we can harmonize Fit 21, the parts that we see as a path forward to a signature into law. So the good news is, from my perspective, having the digital asset subcommittee really working on the market structure at the same time, simultaneously having Bill Hagerty lead the conversation around stable coins, having that bill out for us to take a look at, and there will be an amendment process, will be a part of that for us. And then hopefully very quickly we'll see the House, they're working on it as well. So we'll have a legislation that's able to go to the president's desk.
Now come on. Y'all just heard him. And he was also up there with, the House Agriculture Committee, the Banking Committee of the House, the Banking Committee of the Senate, and the Senate's Agriculture Committee. So that means that they're not just looking at this from a banking point of view. Agriculture, meaning the consumer, meaning how these products will be dealt with globally, as far as the interchanging of whether you're talking about going to your bank and making a deposit, or making a purchase on Amazon, or making a purchase at Walmart. Understand what this truly means for the distributed ledger technology sector. There's going to be a decoupling, you guys. Right now, we are in a Bitcoin hype-driven market. There's going to be a decoupling from things that have no value to things that have immense value because of the utility that it is providing for the market. And these ISO tokens that are already coupling themselves with standards and coupling themselves in the room with regulators as regulation is being laid out, coupling themselves with Treasury secretaries, comptrollers of currency. Understand what is truly happening right now in 2025 when it comes to the realm of distributed ledger technologies. And understand, if you truly are holding these true blue chip companies that just happen to dive in the realm of Web3 and distributed ledger technology, The next 2 years, like I've said before, there's going to be like a phoenix that rises from the ashes, and there's going to be, with regulation, there's going to be the houses go burn down. There's going to be a lot of projects that they won't make it. Like I said before, there's over 2-point-something million different cryptos. A lot of those cryptos, just like the .com bubble, will not make it. If you have a project that is nothing but something like, dog with mat or cat with a hat, and it has a $3 billion market cap, just throwing some crazy crap out there, what value is that? Absolutely none. Okay, especially if the whole team is behind fake pictures and screen names. Nobody wants to be doxxed. Understand that will not fly in the realm of regulations. So we need to be coupling ourselves with things that are already moving in that vein. Okay, you guys, I won't hold y'all too much longer. I really, truly appreciate y'all tapping in. If y'all rock this whole way and y'all found value in this, hit that like button, y'all. Hit the subscribe button, because there's more to come, okay? Follow me on this pathway. I want to see all of us be great together, because we are on the side of the lawmakers, and you can't lose if you're in a country and you are operating within the space and realm of the regulatory clarity and rules within those jurisdictions and borders. Follow me on this, what I'm saying about these companies. But if you made it all the way through this whole rant, type in stablecoin. That way I know you made it all the way through this entire video. And until the next time, man, y'all already know, and this is from the heart. Peace out.